Pregame Live, presented by Fields Auto Group.
Beautiful day for baseball here at Wrigley. Cubs take on the Texas Rangers. Kyle Hendricks to the bump. We kick off the second half of the season today. And welcome into our Fields Auto Group Cubs Pregame Live. Back with my guy, Todd Hollandsworth. I'm David Kaplan. Okay, Cubs limp into the All-Star break. Joe Madden said in his chat with us in the pregame today, he's like, look, I knew some of that was going to happen, a little regression. We have injuries, guys are tired. How tough was that 24 games and 24-day stretch?
Well, I mean, that's just it, 24 games in 24 days, and I talk about it as far as momentum is concerned. Think back to the beginning of the year, as well as this team played, everything going right, the pitching outstanding, the offense there. They were in good rhythm, mixed in a few days off, had a couple rain games. They got into that little bad rut that Joe talked about, but no way of stopping it, say, with a day off. No way to give a guy a breather. You had to kind of step on that accelerator because, again, 24 and 24 puts you in a position where you got to find a way while you're playing these games to get it right, so no breaks in between. I believe that as much as Dexter Fowler not being there or the starting pitching struggling, the fact that 24 out of 24 is what happened, I believe that's one of the number one reasons.
All right, we are going to have a question for you to get interactive with our show in just a little bit here at CSN Chicago. You don't have to get a special app. You don't have to register. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to go on your mobile laptop or tablet and head to csnchicago.com/vote. And then we'll bring you our live fan vote. You'll see it right on your screen. We'll get to the question in a little bit. All right, a special treat for you today. It's interleague baseball, and it's two of the best teams in Major League Baseball. Texas has had their issues with injuries. They'll get Yu Darvish back tomorrow. We saw him taking BP today.
Right.
They'll go with Martin Perez today, Cole Hamels on Sunday. This is two of the best teams in baseball, lock and horn.
This is such an intriguing series, Cap, as we start the second half, as we kind of kick off the marquee game, playing the day game here on Friday, everybody else playing tonight. Looking at the Texas Rangers and what their story was in the first half, looking at the Chicago Cubs, what their story was in the first half. Both teams had great runs. Both teams racked up wins. Both teams are leading their division right now. Both teams, many people believe, are destined for a World Series appearance. And both teams struggled right there at the end of the first half. I think it's just absolutely so amazing. This is a very, very good baseball team. They're very deep. They have some of the same issues that we have, and they have some of the same, we'll call them blessings, that they have, that we have, that other teams in baseball don't have.
All right, take a look. You compare these two teams, and there is a lot to like, as Todd said, about both of them. You look at the numbers, almost identical. Rangers at 265, Cubs 267 during the last 12 games. Cubs with 7 more homers, 21-14. Rangers with a 7.53 ERA their last 12, compared to the Cubs' bloated 6.66. Cubs pitchers also giving up 4 more home runs. And you look at the two teams, they have thump and thunder throughout that lineup. The Cubs have thump and thunder.
Oh, it really is amazing when you kind of even look at the lineups. You look at the number of runs scored, the number of home runs. They're a complete lineup, one of the better lineups in the American League, just like the Cubs are. Interestingly enough, they have a slumping star, if you will. Jason Hayward looking to have a great second half. Certainly, probably a little disappointed offensively in the first half. I'll bring back Prince Fielder. Prince Fielder has not been as advertised. Had a fantastic year for the Rangers last year. Has had a miserable first half to his season. So he too is looking to get things right. So the similarities are numerous when it comes to these two teams.
All right, earlier today, as we were all hanging out in the clubhouse, Anthony Rizzo sauntered in. The media swarmed him at his locker. Here's Anthony Rizzo when he was asked about his baseball team struggling.
Honestly, I think the only people that are panicking about this team is the media, so no offense to you guys, but it's been pretty negative, all the comments coming out of everyone's mouth, except in this clubhouse. So we feel great. Everyone feels great to be back together, and we're ready to go.
Does that Chicago mentality surprise you? Because it's based on, what people have seen in the past, not necessarily from what they've seen from your teams or what you've been involved in.
I just think it's just July, whatever the date is, and we need stories to write about, and what better story not to write about than why are the Cubs struggling? So, like I said, I think the only people that are worried about it is outsiders and not what's going on inside this club.
But Sunday, some of your teammates said it was as close to a must-win situation, so there was a sense of urgency to win.
Yeah, well, to go into the break on a good note. Obviously, when you go through a stretch of not playing well, it's annoying, but I don't think anyone's worried about us not playing well for an extended period of time.
Despite that, did it really feel like you guys needed the time off the break? And I know, relatively speaking, you didn't get as much time off, but
I think it came at a really good time. So, like I said, I think everyone's, you see everyone in the clubhouse today, everyone's recharged, and but that's what everyone's going to say around the league. So all 30 teams are all recharged and ready to go, and yada, yada, yada. But, we should go and play.
But on top of that, you got 16 out of 19 in Chicago, so
yeah, we have a nice stretch here for even longer than that, 30-something out of 40. So it'll be nice to be home. I mean, that first half schedule was, I'm not saying it was tough, but it wasn't as favorable to us as our second half is going to be. So I think we need to take advantage of that, and I think this is a time where we took off last year, and this is the time we need to take off again this year.
How difficult was it having 24 straight games, though, and how taxing was it?
It was definitely taxing, but that's the way the schedule goes. So you could say it was hard, but it's just what we had to do. So for 3+ weeks going to work every single day, I know we play a game, but anyone, it's going to wear on you. And we got through it, and now we're on our second half schedule, which is way more favorable for us. So we look forward to it.
Okay, so there's Anthony Rizzo. I was there when he said his comments, and he wasn't angry. He's just like, look, hey, man, there's no negativity in this room.
Right.
The negativity's right there.
Right.
Okay, you're a media guy now, but you were a long-time 12-year player.
Right.
So take us to where he is and where you are.
It's a great question, Cap. As a player, I'm right with Anthony on how I would have reacted. It's exactly what I was telling you. Put in that position, I would have thrust the negative energy out of the room and put it on the media, and I would have said, listen, you guys are talking about things that are certainly very real, very obvious to your eyes, but we also understand it's a 162-game season. You're going to go through ups and downs. We're in first place by a week's worth of wins. We don't have to worry about it. We'll be all right. And on the flip side of it, now that I've been in the media now for almost 7 years, you get it. We pay attention to the details. We have a tendency to overreact and kind of, read into things and try to see what's happening before it happens. So I get both sides of the story now. It's so interesting because hearing it just took me back to the clubhouse chatter and having to answer those questions back in the day. Why is your team struggling? Why are you struggling? Why do things look the way they look right now? When you tell the story every day like we do in baseball, it's not always the easiest story to tell. But I'm with Anthony on that one. I mean, you just kind of see it that way. But I also understand the media side of things. They want the details. They want the answers. They want to know why this is going to get better.
All right, time now for our poll question. So get your tablet, your mobile, your laptop, wherever computer you can get to. And here is the question today. You go to csnchicago.com/vote. And no special app, as I told you. The question is, who is the key to a successful second-half run for the Chicago Cubs? Your options are Arrieta, Fowler, Bryant, Rizzo, Hayward. My vote, Jake Arrieta is the key to the second half.
Well, and I think Jake's going to be better. I'll go with an offensive player. I'll go with getting Dexter Fowler back. The funny thing is that it goes lockstep with the struggles. I mean, as soon as he went on the disabled list, this team went down. We know how the lineup gets a little longer, but I'm not going to hesitate to say that Jason Hayward needs to play better offensively in the second half. That really has to
tell you the same thing.
Right. So you look at how this lengthy lineup, this talented lineup, needs to produce, and you look at the struggles that they had there at the end of the season. It's in part that. It was very disconnected, putting a little bit too much pressure on the young guys to be great, and I'm not sure that's the way that we want this to go in the second half. So, Dexter Fowler getting back to me, veteran. Jason Hayward, he's been doing this for a little while, even though he's a younger guy. He knows what he needs to do in the second half. If you get those two guys going, you're right where you need to be.
For me, because I said Jake, I'm not expecting Jake to do what he did last second half a year ago. I mean, that was historic. It doesn't always happen because it's happened one time in Major League Baseball history. That said, he's got to be better than he was the last 8 starts. And I look at him and go, okay, if you can be going to the post and you're an ace and people go, they got a great chance to win tonight, you're a different baseball.
Well, it's an ace conversation, Cappy. You're absolutely right about it, but that's the pressure that they live with. When you get thrust with that responsibility labeled an ace, it's stopping losing streaks. It's being the guy that steps into that situation and gives the team what it needs. And when you saw us kind of going through that, Jake was struggling right along with everybody else. It's a great answer.
Yeah, I sat and watched the game last week. We were on a little vacation, and watching Jake when he went back to the hill in the 7th after Rizzo's home run.
Pittsburgh,
and he pitched really well, like 3 or 4 innings in a row after Sean Rodriguez had taken him deep and given up 2 home runs in the inning. I think maybe it was McCutcheon, but I remember Rodriguez hit the 2-run shot down the line. Then he got locked in.
Right.
And he looked like Jake of last August, September.
Right.
Heavy sink and heavy break on his slider. Fastballs rising and exploding. And I went, okay. All right, big boy, 7th inning, let's go to the post here and go 1, 2, 3, and he didn't.
Well, and not only that, he got burned by a couple of young Pittsburgh Pirates. That's the thing that stood out to me. Josh Bell comes up and gets his first big league hit, so again, a valid point right there. Listen, he's right. I see the ball out of his hand. The stuff is there. I don't know if fatigue is the answer. He's off just a little bit, but again, this isn't desperation. This isn't panic, but I do know that in this town, he probably shoulders more of the responsibility because of what he accomplished last year, and I think
got spoiled.
Fans see it that way. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Jason Hayward is the winner. 38% of you went with Jason Hayward. So while Holly went Fowler, I went Arrieta. Your vote decides it, and you pick Jason Hayward. All right, time now for our CSN Bar of the Game. And today's Bar of the Game presented by Coors Light, Jameson's Pub in Frankfurt. You're not heading to Wrigley Field. Watch today's CSN broadcast at Jameson's Pub. See the complete list of CSN Bars of the Game presented by Coors Light at csnchicago.com and celebrate responsibly. Time for our Bona starting pitching matchup. It's a good one. You've got Kyle Hendricks, who has been throwing the ball as well as anybody for the Chicago Cubs. 8th best ERA in all of baseball against Martin Perez. Hendricks, his first half, won 3 of his last 4 starts. But I want you to tell me what you like about the way Kyle is throwing.
Well, there's a lot of things I like. You know, most people don't realize this, you know, when you break Kyle down, that he uses his fastball more than most elites in this game. And what I mean by elite, I'm not kind of dissing Kyle here. I'm just talking about the guys, the Scherzers of the world, who throw 95 to 97 miles an hour and some of the top guns you see across baseball. With that being said, he uses his fastball more than they do in most cases, about 70% of the time. You want to know why? I'll say it. He's got the best changeup in baseball. It is absolutely amazing to me to watch him rack up strikeouts on 87 and 88 mile an hour fastballs, because I know how it feels in that box to be so worried about a changeup that is so good that you're preparing for it, that you're looking for it, that Kyle, when spotting his fastball on that 88, will blow it by you. It is absolutely amazing. He's had a fantastic first half. He is immune to that struggling starting staff conversation. He was absolutely fantastic down the stretch, and I expect a big start from him today.
Any concern at all, and he has told me this himself, that when he has extra rest, which he does coming off the All-Star break, that he gets overamped, and instead of having heavy sink, heavy dive action, right, all of a sudden it sits up a little bit and it gets hit.
Well, I mean, there are two things. You know, the funny thing, you know, you look at Arrieta and you look at Lester and even John Lackey, maybe we get a little bit more mechanical, or we kind of get into their pitches and their repertoire and what it is. Kyle is actually the simplest one of them all. It's fastball command and changeup depth. Those are the two things that you talk about. So to your point, if he's concerned about it, I mean, certainly something to keep our eye on in this ball game, but I've got to believe if he's aware of it, he's going to do his best to prepare for it.
All right, quickly tell us about Perez.
Martin Perez, he's one of their better left-handers. Again, this guy's got good stuff. He's had a good year, 19th start, 7-5 with a 3.85 ERA. He has struggled on the road. That's what you want to know. 5.23 ERA on the road. Like we talk about Kyle Hendricks being absolutely awesome here at Wrigley, Martin Perez has struggled on the road. The other thing that stands out, has an above-average fastball, 92 to 94, dominates left-handed hitters, has struggled with right-handed hitters, and his secondary pitches have been a little off lately.
All right, we got to take a timeout. Our first break here in our Fields Auto Group Cubs pregame live. We come back, lineups for both baseball teams. Second half action is coming up. It is the Rangers in Chicago for an interleague matchup with the Cubs. Be right back on CSN.
Cubs Pregame Live is presented by Fields Auto Group. Fields matters because you matter. See Fields first. FieldsAuto.com.
It starts with a low Fields price, and then we include all of the Fields amenities at no extra charge.
I'm not overpaying for my vehicles. I'm getting great customer service and great amenities at Fields.
A low price and a whole lot more, like our Fields amenities that include free loaners, free car washes, and our Fields cafes.
It's not about the word free, it's the way they deliver it and what they deliver.
We simply treat people the way we want to be treated. It's a commitment to our customers we made long ago. Fields matters because you matter.
The Anthony Rizzo Family Foundation and the Bono family have teamed up to knock cancer out of the park. Order your Italian beef the Rizzo way, and Bono will donate to my charity. I'm proud to be working with the Cubs and the Bono family, two Chicago originals.
Order it the Rizzo way at your local Bono restaurant.
Know you can keep your financial big picture under control. Know you can see how much you have to spend and whether you should transfer funds. Know you can easily keep track of what you're putting away. And know you're budgeted for the great escape. Thanks to Virtual Wallet by PNC.
$1 window siding and door installation, 102 Pine Street.
Go, guys. It's Feldco to the rescue with $1 installation on all windows, siding, and doors. Plus no money down and no interest until 2018. It's Feldco's biggest sale of the year.
That's $1.
$1 installation on all windows, siding, and doors.
Hurry, $1 installation ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Let me get a McPick. McDonald's McPick 2 menu. Try the new jalapeno McChicken, medium fries, 6-piece chicken McNuggets made with all white meat or a double cheeseburger. Choose any two for just $3. Only at McDonald's.
Q50 holding short runway 19 right. Q50, do you copy? 227 runway 19 right. Roger that. Q50, clear for takeoff? Clear for takeoff.
The 2016 Q50 from Infiniti. Lease the all-wheel drive Infiniti Q50 2-liter turbo for $319 a month, or finance at 0% APR at your Chicagoland Infiniti retailer.
Welcome back to Cubs Pregame Live, presented by the Fields Auto Group, alongside Rookie of the Year in '96, Todd Hollingsworth. I'm David Kaplan. Time for our Wrigleyville Sports lineups. We start with the Chicago Cubs. Here's the card Joe Madden will turn in at home plate. Ben Zobrist leads off, and he's in left field today. Chris Bryant will bat second. He's at third. Rizzo, Contreras catches. Russell batting fifth. Hayward, Baez is at second base. Almora, eighth, gets to start in center. And your pitcher is Kyle Hendricks.
Well, let's just take one more opportunity to salute our All-Stars. I thought that was a pretty darn good showing at the All-Star game. Watching Anthony rip a double down the right field line. Obviously, Chris Bryant with a long home run as well. Good to see. I think that's maybe one thing that we're going to get used to is the familiarity that we're going to have at the All-Star game with that Cubs flavor. So good to see Addison Russell out there. Had a nice at-bat as well. So did Ben Zobrist. Everybody hit at least one baseball hard in that game. So good to see. Expect some, a great jump start to this season. Again, this is the lineup that we saw through some of the struggles. But again, that opportunity and that rest hopefully turns some things around.
All right, let's talk about the Rangers lineup. We'll take you through that. They got a really good player at the top of the lineup. You don't want to fight him. Rugned Odor, Ian Desmond, Lazara, Beltre, Fielder, Rua, Andrus, Robinson Chirinos is catching, the ex-Cub who went in the Matt Garza deal to Tampa back in the day, and Martin Perez.
Well, one of my favorite stories around baseball that I get to tell over at MLB is Ian Desmond. There has to be an awareness of where this guy is. This is a guy whose career ended differently with the Washington Nationals. He comes over to the Rangers. He's their starting center fielder now, all-star starting center fielder, and he's having a fantastic season. So again, good to see Ian Desmond bounce back. He can stay cool through this series and pick it back up when the Cubs are done with him. But again, he to me has really been their MVP player in the first half, and I'm not sure many people, if you haven't been watching, would even know that, because Ian Desmond has been a Washington National for 6 years, and now he's a Ranger, and things have been going great. Keep your eye on fielder, certainly Adrian Beltre. Beltre. They've got some veteran presence in the middle of that lineup. If we get into a close ball game late, those are not guys you want to be dealing with.
All right, time for our Comcast Business Edge. Take a listen to these numbers. Comcast Business, we're looking at Rugnet Odor. He sits safely in 8 of his last 9. During that stretch, hitting .378, 3 doubles, pair of triples, a homer, 7 RBIs, leads the Rangers with 16 bombs. Comcast Business, built for business. And a lot of people hear the name Rugnet Odor and they go, oh, yeah, that's the guy that laid out Jose Bautista. Bam! But he's really a heck of a baseball
Well, he is. He's a bit of a different, leadoff hitter. He's not your, I caught it. You saw that, right? Thank you very much. Wind gust here at Wrigley Field. Appreciate that. He is not your typical leadoff hitter in that he's not a high on-base percentage guy, but he's a threat in a different way. You mentioned the power. It's what he's got. He can change games with doubles. He changes games with home runs. He does drive in big runs. He's more of a very good athlete, more like an Ian Desmond. He'll strike out a little bit. But again, when he's locked in and he's hot, he's a threat, and that's what you see with him at the top of this lineup.
All right, got to take another timeout. We still have key performers, keys to the game. Holly's worked very hard on those throughout the break. We've got them all for you. It's all coming up. Fields Auto Group. Cubs pregame live. Be right back.
Chicago Open Air. July 15th through the 17th at Toyota Park in their only U.S. show of 2016. Rammstein. Featuring Slipknot, Disturbed, Five Finger Death Punch, Korn, Chevelle, Marilyn Manson, and many more. The first annual Chicago Open Air Festival. Music, craft beer, gourmet man food. Tickets are on sale now. Visit ChicagoOpenAir.com for more information. Chicago Open Air, fueled by Monster Energy Drink.
Great time for a shiny floor wax, no? Not if you just put the finishing touches on your latest masterpiece. Timing's important. Comcast Business knows that. That's why you can schedule an installation at a time that works for you, even late at night or on the weekend if that's what you need, because you have enough to worry about. I did not see that coming.
Don't deal with disruptions. Get better internet installed on your schedule. Comcast Business, built for business.
This summer, zero in on a Nissan. Save big with 0% for 72 months on Altima and Rogue, and no payments for 90 days. Plus, get $500 bonus cash or zero in on a low $189 per month lease on Rogue. Hurry, now's the time to zero in on big savings. 0% financing, no payments for 90 days, and $500 bonus cash ends soon.
4x for those who take the summer by storm. Catching every golden ray. For inspired style, matched only by what it stands for. Jeep Cherokee. It's how we live 4x for summer. During 1 week to deal, get $4,000 combined cash allowance plus $500 bonus cash when you finance 2016 Cherokee models.
This is how Precision listens. Bose microphones that hear engine noise, then counter it with the sound-canceling frequency, which helps make the cabin so quiet, you don't miss a thing.
Night, Dad.
Good night, kiddo. It's called active noise cancellation, and it's available in the new, meticulously crafted 2016 Sierra from GMC. This is the precision of professional grade. Now get cash back for 20% of the MSRP on these select 2016 GMC vehicles in stock. That's over $10,600 cash back on this Sierra SLT Crew Cab.
Welcome back on Cubs Pregame Live. Hey, Cubs manager Joe Madden and our great pregame live sponsor, the Fields Auto Group, have joined forces in a unique way to raise contributions for Joe's favorite charities, including Misericordia, Cubs Charities, and others that benefit from Joe and Jay Madden's Respect 90 Foundation. Fields Auto Group has built a custom Joe Madden signature vehicle with a tricked-out baseball theme that Joe is driving all summer long. Holly and I saw it. It's awesome. Wow. Custom designed collector raffle tickets will be on sale at Wrigley Field, Misericordia, and its special events. After the season is over, Joe's 4x4 will be raffled off, and Joe will present the lucky winner with the keys. Pretty awesome. Holly and I saw this vehicle in the players' parking lot. We parked behind there, and it's unbelievable because the seats are made out of Rawlings leather.
Right. We were asking where to get tickets.
Yeah, we're going to go buy some tickets. All right, time for the ATI Physical Therapy Injury Report. Injuries piling up for the Cubs. Chris Coughlin out with rib soreness. Clayton Richard is back after rehabbing a blister. Dexter Fowler, Jorge Soler, hamstring issues. Here's Joe Madden just a short time ago on the progress of Dex.
He ran yesterday, hit the bases, and felt good about it. I think he's going to run again today. Hopefully by the end of this coming week, he'll be available to us.
Do you think the Mets series then?
By the end of the coming week. Próximo semana. Next week. Okay, gracias.
And what about Jorge?
He's doing well, too. He's getting better also. I don't have a finish line there, but I was actually watching him a lot yesterday. Afterwards, talked to PJ, and he felt good about it also, or too. So we're just playing through that. They're both making great progress. I don't think it's really far down the road, but again, I don't like to attach a finish line. I'm not 100% sure, but he did feel better.
Broadway Joe Nathan?
He's doing well, too. What's his...
In Iowa.
Okay, he's in Iowa now, right? So I've heard nothing but good stuff, but I don't know again when that's going to occur either. But he's doing really well.
Rehab assignments on Jorge and Dexter.
Yeah, hopefully Dexter. Hopefully this coming week, and I'm not 100% sure yet with Georgie, but it should be relatively soon.
Cahill, I mean, how long have you been helping with this?
Yeah, the knee's been bumming him out a little bit for a while, and so we just thought, it's best to just give him a break with that. The fact that he has not pitched but the first one was. Oh, yeah, so he's had actually some time off going into it, so he's not far off being able to pitch again and getting back to us. So it's been bothering. You can see the command in the fastball, and it's been bothering him. He's one of those guys that doesn't say a whole lot, but hopefully it's going to be quieting it down, and he's going to be back pitching relatively soon.
All right, again, Trevor Cahill to the DL with that knee soreness. David Ross has been activated off the concussion protocol. Be right back.
It starts with the low Fields price, and then we include all of the Fields amenities at no extra charge.
You don't have to go in there and beat them up about the price because they're already giving you the best price.
A low price and a whole lot more, like our Fields amenities that include free loaners, free car washes, and our Fields cafes.
The deal I'm getting is always great. So it works out for me, works out for my pocket.
We simply treat people the way we want to be treated. It's a commitment to our customers we made long ago. Fields matters because you matter.
Hey, Ralph Punzel.
Oh, hey, Ronnie.
Where are you headed?
Great Clips.
You're getting a haircut?
I checked in already. Using their online check-in.
I'm dying to check.
It saves you time.
You're getting a haircut.
Why? Thinking about applying to astronaut school.
That's cool.
Okay, I'll see you, Ronnie.
Save time every time. Download the online check-in app today. Great Clips. It's going to be great.
Pat Hughes reporting from Wrigleyville Sports, where the excitement is building. Devin is getting a new home white jersey customized while he waits. He'll be ready for game action in no time. Ashley is having fun taking selfies in her new Cubs t-shirt. Fits like a glove. Colin is testing out a new bat. Get out the tape measure, long gone. Across the street from Wrigley Field, Wrigleyville Sports is your one-stop shop for everything Cubs. Open 7 days a week or anytime at WrigleyvilleSports.com.
Hey there, how are you today?
Hey there. That's refreshing. Is that on the script they give you?
Pardon?
The corporate friendliness script. It has an acronym on it, like SMILE. Service means I like everyone, or...
No acronym, just normal everyday conversation. Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, let's do it.
That feeling you get when you discover a bank built for you, that's the BMO effect. BMO Harris Bank. We're here to help.
Time for Holly's keys to the game. Take it away.
All right, here we go. Game of adjustments. Real simple. Kyle Hendricks, Martin Perez, neither has history against the other. other ball club. And it's simple as that. We talk about it all the time. Seeing is believing. So both of these offenses, which one can get in gear quicker, knowing that they have not seen the opposing starter? That is going to absolutely be key. First pitch strikes, talking about that. This Texas Ranger team likes to be aggressive early in the count. Kyle Hendricks, that fastball command will absolutely be key. Martin Perez, people, more walks than strikeouts on the road. See how this Cubs lineup approaches him. Bullpen questions. Most people don't know this, but the Texas Rangers have struggled big time down there, certainly of late, and have had major issues out of their bullpen.
All right, time for key performers. You're up 10-5. Go ahead.
I am going with Mr. Bryant. Why not? Hit a homer during the All-Star game. He's hot. I like the matchup.
I'm going to go Addison Russell. He was pounding the ball in pregame warm-ups and batting practice. There you go. Bryant, Russell. Time now to put a ribbon on this pregame show. We'll see you on the postgame show. Let's hand it off to the one and only Len Casper and Jim DeShays. Boys.
Cap Holly, thanks very much. Wind blowing in today, overcast conditions, but great to have baseball back. How was the break?
Refreshed, rejuvenated, ready to go. Everybody in the clubhouse had a little bounce in their step today. Everybody feeling good about things. So big to get that win on Sunday in Pittsburgh to finish the first half on a winning note after a tough stretch.
Yeah, the Cubs went 6-15 in their final 21 before the break, but they start the second half with the largest lead among all the division leaders.
Yeah, so just take care of business. They have a very home-centric schedule here at the beginning of the second half, which should play to their favor. 8 road games of the first 32, and 5 of those are in Milwaukee and on the south side of Chicago. So a chance to get healthy, rest it up, and do some damage here in their home ballpark.
Won't be easy on this homestand. The Rangers leading their division. The Cubs have had their troubles with the Mets. Yu Darvish will come off the DL tomorrow. They may face Noah Syndergaard next week. So even though they're home, it won't be easy.
No, and Cole Hamels will pitch on Sunday for the Rangers. The last time he pitched here, he threw a no-hitter. So we know all about Cole Hamels. This Rangers club has all kinds of firepower with Odor and Beltre, Ian Desmond, an all-star. So, yeah, this is a lineup that could really score runs. Their pitching has scuffled a little bit. The rotation has been nicked up due to injury, and as Holly mentioned, their bullpen has had some struggles, but you know they're looking for a positive second half too after limping into the break.
Cubs had 7 all-stars. Everybody got into action except for Dexter Fowler and Jake Arrieta. Chris Bryant with a home run. Anthony Rizzo made a really nice defensive play. John Lester got into the game for the National League as well. Let's hear from Ben Zobrist on the experience in San Diego.
Seeing KB hit that homer was fun to be there for that, and just standing out there on the field and seeing the rest of my teammates in the infield is pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, it's a confidence boost for sure, you know, to play in an all-star game and be able to say that KB hitting a homer in an all-star game. I mean, that kind of stuff is some of the biggest stages you can play on, you know, outside of the World Series. So I think it'd just make those guys feel a little bit more comfortable, you know, getting back to the playoffs and hopefully, you know, getting back there in October.
I felt rejuvenated today, not doing anything yesterday. So, yeah, tomorrow, just, I mean, the body's fine. Physically, pretty much we're good to go, but it's just that these mental days are really nice, and be nice today and tomorrow and Thursday. Be nice. We're ready to go. We're ready to have a fun second half, which we plan on doing, and it's gonna be entertaining. It's you know, it's what you play all these games for, to come down to the wire, and I'm sure it's not gonna be any different. It's obviously unfortunate for, you know, the World Series aspects, but we're out there doing what we try to do to win.
Boy, did Anthony Rizzo finish the first half in style with back-to-back 4-hit games. Here are the standings, and a lot of good, a little bad at the end, but I think the message to the players from Joe Madden and his coaching staff is forget the first half. We start a new season today.
Yeah, and I think the point he would make is, hey, look, fellas, if I told you on opening day that we'd be at this point in the season with a 7.5 game lead in the division, they would say, yeah, we're all in, Skip.
All right, the minor league report. Eloy Jimenez had a huge performance in the Futures game on Sunday. He had a couple of hits, a double, a home run, knocked in 4, and he also made a great catch as well.
Yeah, how about this catch? This is the kid that was also the MVP of the Midwest League All-Star game. Check this play out. Not sure exactly where the barrier is. Didn't much matter because he's got some serious springs in those legs.
Our Xfinity high-speed action, Eloy Jimenez in the Cubs system. Speaking of fatigue, you heard Anthony Rizzo talk more about the mental side of it than the physical aspect. Cubs played 24 in a row row without an off day going into the break. Let's hear from the manager about that.
I've always attempt to gauge what they may feel like based on what I feel like, and maybe that might be unfair sometimes because they're actually out there playing. So I can tell you I probably have not been as tired as I was at this break ever, and I think the schedule leading up to it contributed to that. So if I felt the need to rest, I'm certain that our guys felt the same way. I know Texas is coming off the same gig right now. They had an incredible run themselves where they didn't get any kind of a break. And so, again, we talked about excuse and reasons. I really believe that's the reason. Hopefully we all got some rest and ready to go again. But it was kind of an unusually difficult moment before the break this year.
That leads us into our Lowe's home field advantage. So we sit here in the middle part of July. You go through August 18th, the Cubs will take 1 3-day plane ride. That's it. They're going to go to Milwaukee. They've got a couple of games on the south side. The rest of the time, they're going to be here.
Yeah, well, they've earned it. You know, the last few weeks of the first half, they were on the road a lot, had some long, arduous trips. So a chance to settle in here. 28 of 32 here at Wrigley. Yeah, trip to Milwaukee, 2 games on the south side, and then the only flight is that trip, an up-and-back 3-game series in Oakland.
Left-hander Martin Perez for the Texas Rangers and a former Rangers draft pick. Kyle Hendricks will go for the Cubs today. More on his 2016 season when we return.
This Cubs injury report is brought to you by ATI Physical Therapy, taking physical therapy to a higher level. Ask your doctor about ATI Physical Therapy. Get there.
Your home, your auto. They just go together. Combine your home and auto insurance with State Farm. Save time and money. Just another way we're here to help life go right. Talk to your State Farm agent today.
Honda knows, in today's hectic world, it's good to leave everything behind. But when it comes to your car, you want to get everything you can. It's why we put a multi-angle rear-view camera, text message reader, dual-zone climate control standard in every 2016 Accord. With a redesigned body to match. Nothing compares to a Honda. The restyled Accord, the best-selling car in America.
Now it's in the hands of the bullpen, and out comes Papa John.
It looks like he's taking this official pizza thing pretty seriously.
For just $6.99 each, get 2 medium, 2 topping pizzas.
Papa John's, the official pizza of Major League Baseball.
Dare to see Blue Man Group tonight at Briar Street Theater.
Now playing on DirecTV Cinema.
You're saying she's cured?
I can't explain what can't be explained.
Based on the incredible true story.
You either roll with it or you get rolled on.
Woohoo! Miracles are love. Miracles are everywhere.
The extraordinary movie that will make you believe. Miracles from Heaven with bonus featurette.
Movies start at Channel 125.
A message from the Sentinel Group. For decades, many Americans working in the trades were exposed to environmental hazards without their knowledge. While the dangers of one such airborne threat, asbestos, have long been known, efforts were made to hide the risks from the public. The result is thousands of cases of asbestos-induced mesothelioma each year. Act now, don't wait. Call right now.
Please call 800-378-1093.
Sports Talk Live, presented by the all-new Chevy Silverado. Weeknights at 5:30. Cubs baseball on CSN Chicago is brought to you in part by your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. Through it all. Ford, inviting you to check out their fuel-efficient lineup at your local Ford store or at localfordstores.com. And by Southwest Airlines. Transparency. Low fares. Nothing to hide.
Well, before the All-Star break, the Cubs launched the Read Around the Bases summer reading program. Kyle Hendricks visited second graders at Beidler Elementary School, Hibbard Elementary, and Greeley Elementary School, so giving back to the community. And Kyle, as he normally does, kind of flies under the radar, but he finished the first half with the best ERA among the Cubs starting pitchers. And as we know, JD, the Cubs starters have the best rotation ERA in all of baseball.
Yeah, he's been able to avoid the big blow up. Everybody else in the rotation has had at least one of those over the last couple of weeks, but Hendricks has been remarkably consistent. You see that 187 earned run average since May 22nd. That's third best in Major League Baseball, just behind that the Fulmer kid in Detroit and Madison Bumgarner.
And you see, he originally was in the Rangers organization, came over in the Ryan Dempster deal. Ryan is actually here in the ballpark today. And you see what Kyle has done in his major league career. And we're going to send it down to the field as Wayne Messmer will sing today's national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please remain standing and join Wayne Messmer as he honors America with our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Been trying to prepare for this day, and I'm still not ready. The reason I'm telling you this is that there will be moments in your life that you'll never be ready for. Your little girl getting married being one of them.
The show's pretty much over. Wish we could start it from the beginning.
With DirecTV, you can.
You see, we got the power to turn back time. Let's start over, let's rewind, and let's go back and not quit the gym and have a chance to say goodbye to Grampy and Tim. Oh, that's the power to turn back time.
Get the ultimate all-included bundle. Call 1-800-DIRECTV.
Know you can keep your financial big picture under control. Know you can
can see how much you have to spend and whether you should transfer funds. Know you can easily keep track of what you're putting away. And know you're budgeted for the great escape. Thanks to Virtual Wallet by PNC.
It's a golden opportunity to discover what we learn on the track doesn't stay on the track. It just finds more street legal form. For a limited time, get some of the best offers of the year on our complete line of F-Sport performance vehicles at the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Lease the 2016 IS Turbo with zero due at signing for $389 a month for 36 months, and we'll make your first month's payment. See your Lexus dealer.
Welcome back to Wrigley Field, and a great fundraiser this weekend being presented by Cubs Wives to benefit Cubs charities. Baskets filled with one-of-a-kind autographed memorabilia and items hand-picked by the players. That's the Ben Zobrist gift bag. You saw Chris Bryant's earlier. All kinds of goodies, and you can bid on these baskets. They're called Cubs Favorite Things baskets. If you come here to the game tomorrow, go to Gate F and see the Cubs Wives to put in a bid. If you cannot make it to the ballpark this weekend, you can go online, Cubs.com/auction. And I think we're going to get some really good bids. Chris Bryant has signed baseball. He's got a signed W flag. He's got one of his shoes in there, a softy bat and ball set. Express socks, Adidas compression arm sleeve. The compression sleeve, that's a popular item these days.
Gotta have the sleeve.
There's a $50 Bass Pro Shop gift card in Ben Zobrist's gift basket.
And I believe I saw a signed All-Star hat in the Zobrist basket as well.
Yeah.
And a CD from his wife.
Joe Madden participating, David Ross, Kyle Schwarber, among many other Cubs. So again, online, Cubs.com/auction. Well, we don't see the Texas Rangers very often. These two teams have only matched up 12 times since 2002, and it was in mid-May when they got into a major brawl with the Toronto Blue Jays. Jose Bautista with a late slide on Rougned Odor, who cracked him in the jaw. Odor would end up serving a long suspension. Don't know if this fight really changed much for the Rangers. They haven't pitched particularly well since then. They've been dealing with a bunch of injuries. Their offense a little bit better here as of late. And again, they've got a healthy lead, 5.5 games in the American League West.
Yeah, their story very similar to the Cubs. They've been backsliding of late, but still with a comfortable lead and the odds-on favorite to win the American League. So, if you believe the odds makers, you're looking at a World Series preview here this weekend.
We will see. Interleague play resumes for the Cubs, who went 2-0 in Anaheim to start the season. First American League opponent since early April. We'll have the first pitch next.
Yeah, like this right here.
The Ford Freedom Sales Event is on, and 0 for 72 is back on 2016 Ford Focus, Fusion, and Escape. Plus, specially tagged vehicles get an extra 1,000 smart bonus. That means freedom from interest and freedom to choose with Ford, America's best-selling brand. Free, baby. Now get 0% financing for 72 months. Plus, specially tagged vehicles get 1,000 smart bonus. Only at the Ford Freedom Sales Event.
The summer clearance event is here at Feeney Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Elgin. Get our lowest prices on our entire inventory. Cars, trucks, minivans, and more Jeeps than we need. All with 0% financing available. Look at this 2016 Wrangler, just $299 a month. Or a 2016 Ram 1500 Quad Cab, $299 a month. Both with zero due. Or this 2016 Dodge Caravan, only $16,997. Find it at Feeney, FeeneyAutos.com.
And here we go, folks.
It's your favorite hot dog bun, mustard, and overpriced watered-down beer.
Are you sure you want to eat all that? Because you already weigh more than your team's batting average.
Let's just toast to our anniversary. Oh no, it's corked.
Let's just watch the game. I tweeted all of your friends to come over, but I guess no one showed up, just like at Mobile Phone Park.
That's okay. I invited one of your friends too.
There's a long drive and it's out of here.
Give a real anniversary gift this year. Escape to the Champagne Lodge in Willowbrook, just 25 minutes southwest of Chicago.
Baseball on CSN Chicago is presented by State Farm. Cubs hosting the Texas Rangers. Big crowd on hand. A Friday matinee to kick off the second half. Kyle Hendricks is ready to work. We will get the Rangers starting lineup here in a second as Rougned Odor will stand in. Rangers have the best record in the American League. Cubs have a 7-game lead in the National League Central and a strike called fastball at 88.
Kyle anxious to get rolling. His last start came on July 4th against Cincinnati. He did work once out of the bullpen after that.
That is a ground ball in the left. Odor around first. He's going to hold there. As Ben Zobrist out in left today. Got over there quickly. The rest of the Rangers Southwest starting lineup. They finished the first half 3-9 over their last dozen. Desmond coming up, the All-Star. Mazzara off to a great start to his major league career. Beltre, surefire Hall of Famer. Prince Fielder's had a tough year. Ryan Rua is in left. Elvis Andrus is shortstop. Robinson Chirino spent a lot of time in the Cubs system, and the pitcher Martin Perez bats ninth. And here is Ian Desmond. And ball one. 71 degrees, a north wind at 10, so a little cool right now.
Here's our Lexus pursuing perfection starting pitcher Kyle Hendricks, 7 up, 6 down, a 2.55 ERA. Tough on both right and left-handed hitters. Fastball change, cutter curve. He'll get you a lot of outs on the ground, and for that reason I was a little bit surprised that Odor didn't try to get to second base on that base hit to left. Good hustle by Zobrist, keeps a double play in order.
That one got away from Contreras, maybe a cross up.
Well, it's a four-seam fastball, and he's just late reacting to it. There goes the double play. Or at least the conventional ground ball double play.
Fastball on Contreras, 2-1 on Desmond. And what a first half he put up in his first year with the Rangers. You know, $109 over his first 12 games, 354 in 77 games since. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Put himself in MVP conversation. He's a shortstop by trade. He signed with Texas on the final day of February to be an outfielder after turning down the Nationals qualifying offer. Sat out all winter waiting for a good offer and settled on a one-year deal for about half that qualifying offer.
His story very similar to Dexter Fowler, and like Dexter Fowler, he's going to get paid after this year. He'll be a free agent at the end of the year. He has had no issues making the transition to center field. He's got a big arm, and we saw that when he was at shortstop. He struggled defensively, mostly with errant throws while playing shortstop for the Nationals, but he's been good in center and very good in the batter's box.
He struggled in his walk year last year at 233 as he chops one up the middle. Baez will throw him out. Odor now at third.
Yeah, you see Desmond there just cutting down his swing to advance the base runner. As we check in with the Cubs defensively, brought to you by Cricket Wireless. So Ben Zobrist will slide out and play left field this afternoon. He's joined by Albert Almora Jr. and Jason Hayward in the outfield. Joe really likes the combination of Russell and Baez up the middle with Hendricks on the mound. Bryant's at third, Rizzo first, the All-Stars. Wilson Contreras is behind the plate.
Here's Nomar Mazara. He is the youngest position player in the majors currently, 21 years old, left-handed batter, and he takes a strike. Infield back except for Bryant at third here in the first inning. Mazara has been playing a lot of left field. Shin Soo Choo has had an injury-plagued season. He's dealing with a back issue currently. He's been on the DL twice already. So Mazara moves over to right, and Ryan Rua getting the start in left. Hendricks, 26 years old. 8th round pick of the Rangers out of Dartmouth in 2011. Cubs got him at the trade deadline the following season. Third baseman Christian Villanueva also came over. And Ryan Dempster went the other way.
Mazara, big kid, big wide open stance.
Swing and a miss. And a changeup.
He's hit some tape measure home runs. Ian Desmond, the only member of the Texas Rangers who has ever faced Kyle Hendricks, so advantage Hendricks in that regard. 2 strikes, the infield creeps in.
2-2 with Adrian Beltre on deck. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss. A dazzling changeup. Big strikeout for Hendricks.
It's a pitch he relies on heavily. It's one of the better changeups in the game, and there's why. Just a dandy execution of that pitch. Rarely does he make a mistake with it.
Laz Diaz is back at the plate. Chicago native John Tumpane at first. Corey Blazer at second, and the crew chief Jeff Nelson is at third. 2 down, runner at third. And here is Beltre. 19th major league season, and he takes a strike. 575 career doubles. The 0-1. Now 1 ball, 1 strike.
Beltre currently 50th on the all-time home run list. 1 behind Miguel Cabrera and Billy Williams.
Yep. 425 career blasts. Close stance, and Beltre clubs one way foul to left. Signed a 2-year, $36 million extension in mid-April. So he is now signed through 2018. And
he's just a kid. What was he, 19 when he first came to the big leagues?
Yeah. Should be a first ballot Hall of Famer. He held, and it's 2-2. Yeah, he had recently turned 19 when he debuted as a Dodger in 1998. Knocked down by Contreras.
Hit 48 home runs for the Dodgers in 2004 at the age of 25. That was his last year in a Dodger uniform.
And we'll do it again.
It's a little late getting started there because of the Hendricks changeup. Have to respect the changeup, a little tardy on the fastball. So Hendricks not a hard thrower, but it doesn't mean he doesn't have a good fastball. A fastball off the changeup, effective weapon for Kyle.
He walked him. He had a base open, a couple in fact, and it will bring up Prince Fielder.
Fielder.
Beltre always has fun at the ballpark. Here's Prince Fielder, 8th start at first. Normally see him DHing. He has 4 career 2-homer games in this ballpark, going back to his Brewer days. And a real tough year, and he hits a ground ball that'll be picked up by Baez. He's got time, and he gets him, and that'll end the inning. So the Rangers threaten, they do not score, and the Cubs are coming up.
You hear that? That's the sound of our summer sale firing up its engines, with fares as low as $69 one way. So get ready to take off, because sale prices as low as these don't happen every day. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. Low fares, nothing to hide. That's transparency.
One swing can be the ultimate game changer. And at T-Mobile, we've changed the game by doubling our LTE coverage, so you can stream baseball free without using your data on MLB TV. T-Mobile, that's Major League coverage.
Being in love is an amazing thing. Being in love with your best friend is everything. Ever Us. One diamond for your best friend, one for your true love. For the one woman who's both. Ever Us. Available at Zales, Jarrett, and Kay.
Chevrolet is the most awarded car company of the last 2 years.
Wow. Very impressive.
When you find a bonus tag at your Chevy dealer, you get additional savings.
That's awesome.
Anything that's bonus is beautiful.
That's nice.
I'm in love. I don't know what to tell you.
I'll take them all.
It's all happening at the Chevy Summer Sell Down.
She's going to make me sign right now.
Can we sign with you?
Qualified lessees can get this Chevy Malibu for around $199 a month. Plus, find your tag to get an additional $750 lease cash on select Malibu vehicles in stock. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
The leadoff man is presented by Binny's Beverage Depot. If Ben Zobrist gets a hit, Binny's will donate $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. Let's get the Cubs Southwest starting lineup. You've got 3 All-Stars to lead it off: Zobrist, Bryant, and Rizzo. Contreras, Russell, another All-Star, and Hayward in the middle. Baez, Almora Jr., and Hendricks, 7 through 9.
Cricket Wireless presents the... There's the lineup. How about the defense for the Rangers? How about Martin Perez? Let's go there.
You were down 0-2, but you fouled it off.
Yeah, staying in the count, staying alive. 7-5, 385 for the lefty.
Strike on Zobrist.
He'll go, max out at 96, but more like 91 to 93 with the fastball. 2 seamers with movement. A ground ball pitcher. He doesn't strike out many. Just a few more strikeouts than walks. As a matter of fact, his strikeout to walk ratio is the lowest in Major League Baseball.
One and 2 on Ben. First start this year in left. He had played 4 innings in left prior to today, but no starts. And a 1-2 swing and a miss. He got him. Change up.
Yeah, I believe so. Here's that Cricket Wireless defense. Rua, Desmond, Mazzara, left, center, right. Beltre. Only Brooks Robinson has played more games at third base all time than Beltre. Andrus Odor up the middle. Prince Fielder is the first sacker. Trinos behind the plate for Perez. Yeah, he likes that changeup. That's probably his best secondary pitch. He'll also throw a slider and a curve.
Ball 1 on Chris Bryant. First pitch swinging. He homered off Chris Sale in the All-Star game. He had been 0 for 6 with 6 strikeouts in the regular season. That should set up a fun potential matchup here in a couple of weeks when the Cubs and White Sox match up. And Chris also changed his spikes 3 times in 4 innings.
Yeah, I noticed we were commenting on that at home. There's different footwear going on there. It's like the Oscars or something. His dad said, hey, be ready to hit that first pitch fastball. And like a good son, he complied. Father knows best.
Popular guy in San Diego since he played collegiately at the University of San Diego. This could be trouble, but Rua is on the scene. And yeah, not a lot of these Rangers are very familiar with this ballpark and with the wind conditions, playing like maybe April 15th, not July 15th. It could be a little tricky out there today.
It looked like Odor was on a collision course with Corey Blazer, the second base umpire, in pursuit of that pop-up.
Rangers will overshift to the right on the infield against Anthony Rizzo. Back-to-back 4-hit games Saturday and Sunday in Pittsburgh. At one point had 8 consecutive hits, 2 off the modern National League record. Major League record, if you're wondering, consecutive hits is 12. He now leads the National League in OPS. He's the only guy over 1,000. 10.06 the on-base plus slugging. 1 for 2 in the All-Star game, and a really nice defensive play as well.
Wind has shifted direction about 4 times today already. Kind of a swirling thing, hard to tell exactly what it's doing. During BP, it looked like it was blowing out pretty good, at least toward right field, if not a helping wind. Perez likes to work inside on left-handed hitters.
He does there, and Rizzo way out in front.
So you see a lot of outcomes from Anthony when that happens. He's able to get the hands pulled in and turn on that inside pitch, so he does damage. He also gets hit by a lot of pitches.
Deep breath by the lefty. And a ground ball toward right. Backhanded play, Odor, and he gets it. Nicely done by Rougned Odor to end the inning. We are scoreless after 1.
We built this thingy. We built this thingy on tech that's old. We built this thingy.
Yeah, Xfinity built this newer thingy that lets me search with my voice.
We're good. Don't fall for DirecTV. Find shows faster with the X1 voice remote, only from Xfinity. Sign up today or get started with this great offer. Call or go online today.
From the first building block to the last coat of paint, Menards is here to help with an 11% rebate on everything, even sale prices, so you can finish your latest project and start planning the next big thing. Update your kitchen and save 11% on a new kitchen faucet from Delta. And add the finishing touch with new floor tile from Mohawk and Ranyo. Save big money and get an 11% rebate on everything, even sale prices, now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Call you back.
Is this my car? State Farm knows that for every one of those moments,
This is ridiculous.
there's one of these.
Is this my car? What? This is ridiculous.
This can't be happening.
This can't be happening.
Oh, it's happening, sweetheart.
Oh, it's happening, sweetheart. Shut up.
Shut up.
That's why State Farm is there.
What a day.
With car insurance for when things go wrong.
What a day.
But also here with car loans to help life go right. State Farm.
Cubs baseball on CSN Chicago is presented by State Farm.
This Sunday, that's July 17th, Cubs and the Rangers will get after it at 1:20, and up to the first 5,000 kids 13 and younger will receive Cubs family decals presented by Ganella Baking Company. After the game, the first 1,000 kids 13 and younger will have the opportunity to run the bases, weather permitting. For more information, visit cubs.com/kids.
Great to have you with us to kick off the second half, and we'd like to welcome our viewers watching on Farmers Cooperative Telephone Company in Tama County, Iowa. And a big welcome to those watching on MLB Network, ESPN UK, and Rogers Sportsnet. Ryan Rua hits a ground ball to first. Rizzo will feed Hendricks at the bag. One pitch and one out.
3 outs on the ground so far for Hendricks. Doing what he do. Fastball, typically sinker, every now and then a four-seamer, maybe a little cutter. Again, that changeup, a big weapon. The curveball, a lot of times he'll introduce a little bit later in the game, second or third time through the order. If it feels like guys are starting to sit on that changeup a little bit, and he'll go first pitch curveball to try to get strike one.
Outside corner strike on Elvis Andrus. Pitch low and away. The Rangers are managed by Jeff Bannister. He was the American League Manager of the Year in his debut season last year, and as a result, got a year added to his contract. Rangers are the defending American League West champions. Spent 29 years in the Pirates organization, getting hired by the Rangers. All-star Addison Russell makes the play. 2 gone. Base coaches for the Rangers: Hector Ortiz at first. That is Spike Owen over at third. He is the interim third base coach. Tony Beasley has been away from the club being treated for cancer, and I guess he is here with the team in Chicago and is scheduled to have surgery in August. So we hope Tony's doing all right. And a strike on Robinson Chirinos, who spent a long time in the Cubs organization before being traded to the Rays in the Matt Garza deal. He made his major league debut playing for Joe Madden. Started his minor league career with the Cubs as an infielder. Well-placed sinker.
That's the thing about Hendricks. That's the frustrating thing for the hitters. They get into hitters counts and they think, all right, I'm going to get something to swing at here. And more often than not, it's either a good changeup or a painted fastball on the corner at the knees. We'll take a look at our Menards pitch tracks there, and if you look at that thing all day long in a Hendricks start, very rarely is he going to be in the middle of that grid.
Swing and a miss. And the Rangers are done in the second. They go down 1, 2, 3. Still scoreless.
We are here at Benny's Beverage Depot. And Joe, how do you get over and forget about an agonizing loss? Because you do that about as well and as quickly as anybody I've ever seen.
My rule is to lose hard for 30 minutes, to win hard for 30 minutes, and then move on. The only time I will carry it beyond that is when I really know that I've screwed something up. If I really believe that there's something that I missed, I knew what the right thing was to do, but for whatever reason I chose not to, that bums me out, that bothers me. Because we play every day, you have to have a short memory.
Summer is here, and that means only one thing. It's time to get outside and enjoy the weather in a brand new Toyota RAV4. This SUV not only has a spacious cargo area and available bird's eye view camera, but it's also available as a hybrid with standard all-wheel drive. So take the Toyota RAV4 out for a test drive today. This is one vehicle sure to take you on amazing adventures all summer long. Lease a new 2016 RAV4 with zero due at signing and zero first month's payment. Or get 0% APR for 60 months on RAV4. Toyota. Let's go places.
Clean food. Words Panera lives by. No artificial flavors, preservatives, sweeteners, no colors from artificial sources. 100% of our food will be clean by year's end. That's food as it should be.
Wow, take a look at the size of that Powerball grand prize. And you know, anything's possible.
Sports Talk Live, presented by the all-new Chevy Silverado, weeknights at 5:30.
Win an overnight stay at the beautiful Blue Harbor Resort on the shores of Lake Michigan. Overnight packages include accommodations for 4 in a luxurious family fireplace suite in Lakeview with 4 passes to Breaker Bay Water Park. Enter now at csnchicago.com/Blue Harbor. .121st pitch for every game in this series through Sunday. And the Mets come in for 3. Off day next Thursday. Cubs will bus to Milwaukee to play the Brewers. Rookie Wilson Contreras takes a pitch in the dirt. We're underway here in the Cubs' second. Martin Perez making his Wrigley Field debut. 6 feet, 200 pounds. Tommy John surgery 2 years ago. Signed to a club-friendly deal after 2013, the year after he made his major league debut.
A couple more options on that contract. The rotation has been banged up. Yu Darvish will come off the DL to make the start tomorrow. Derek Holland is on the 60-day DL, as is Colby Lewis.
Their starters limped into the break, as did the Cubs rotation. Contreras bounces. Beltre cut it off. And Elvis Andrus always have long conversations during the ball game on defense.
You just don't touch him on the head, right?
Right.
Beltre gets freaked out when people touch his head.
He just fired a strike to his pitcher from about 30 feet away. It looked like it was about 95 miles an hour. Addison Russell 0 for 2 in San Diego on Tuesday night, starting shortstop for the NL. One to left. One hop the wall. Russell to second. He's got a double.
In a season of fits and starts for Addison Russell, he'll start to heat up and then kind of go into a little bit of a mini funk. He hasn't been consistent, but in the last 2-3 weeks, a lot better contact. Timing always an issue for a hitter, and it looks like it's been good for Russell over the last 20 or so ball games. Even if the batting average, the numbers don't bear it out, just solid contact, driving the ball a little bit more.
Now Hayward, a nice final week of what had been a very tough first half offensively, moved to the 6th spot, responded well, hit .357 last week. Takes one off the plate inside on a fastball.
When you look at the splits on Perez, he almost looks like a lefty specialist out of the bullpen. Left-handed batters hitting just 167 against him. 1 home run. Righties 291 with 10 long balls.
Odor will get Hayward. Russell at third, 2 outs. Comes Javier Baez. Weird weather day, huh? You talked about the shifting wind, right now blowing straight in. At times the clouds have looked rather threatening. Lights are on. So far so good.
There isn't any rain in the forecast, is there? I didn't see anything.
There's a slight chance of showers, but I think we're all right.
Well, he got a little crazy with the eye black today.
Strike on Baez. See, Baez has done a lot of damage against lefties. Overall, hitting .309 over his last 23 games. We get a chance here. I want to go back to Sunday. And the fielder's choice turned from third base. We got to the bottom of it, trying to figure out what Javi was trying to do here. He was trying to turn a triple play. Josh Bell, though, wasn't close enough to him, and the Cubs were unable to get 2. So we were wondering if he didn't know how many outs there were, if he was trying to get the out at second and then have Zobrist throw to third. No, he was trying to get 3.
Yeah, and the play there, third baseman are taught just go ahead and throw that ball to second base and start the around the horn double play, but he wanted a little bit more.
One, 2 is inside. I think you said it best. It's kind of the next level thinking that he has on the baseball field, and I guess there are times for that, other times maybe just make the play.
It's hard to run, right? That's Joe says he never wants to get in the way of great. So do you rein a guy in and say, hey, just make the play, or do you give him freedom to try to do something spectacular in a situation like that? And I think it becomes learned for a young player. The more experience you have, the more you go through it. Okay, yeah, I tried that back in Pittsburgh. It didn't really work out well for me, so let's go ahead and make sure we get 2 here.
You just said let's make sure we get 2, which is funny, isn't it? Usually it's make sure we get 1.
Yeah.
Full count on him, the 3-2, and we'll try it again. Trying to think in the history of Major League Baseball if a manager has ever had to say to a player, just make sure we get 2 on that one.
Make sure we get 2, yeah. Don't get. I know normally we expect to get 3 here, but let's just make sure we get 2.
I guess the White Sox probably would say that. Turn what, 3 of them?
Yeah.
Already. Another 3-2 and a base hit for Baez. Here comes Russell. And it's 1-0 Cubs.
Well, he continues to inflict damage on left-handed pitching. This time it comes with 2 outs. And delivers the first run of the game. Nice swing by Baez. He gets his second half off to a good start.
Notches his 31st RBI. And here comes Albert Almora Jr. The Dexter Fowler update. He is with the club. Took batting practice today. And he might end up back on another minor league rehab assignment early next week. So we could possibly see him activated maybe next week in Milwaukee. And he's feeling good. Decided not to participate in the All-Star game. Just wants to make sure he doesn't risk re-aggravating the injury. 1-1. Albert, who got a big 2-run homer on Sunday, doubled as well as the Cubs grabbed it. It felt like a pretty important 1-run victory to go into the break with a 7-game lead. Broken bat roller to Beltre, who will play to first, and the inning is over. Javier Baez with a 2-out RBI single, and it's 1-0 Cubs.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. I'm attorney Howard Ankin with legendary sportscaster Steve Stone.
And I know the right team knows how to win, like Howard Ankin Law Office.
If you or someone you know needs help with an injury case, I'm here to help. Please give me a call.
Put Howard's number in your phone right now, 312-6-MILLION.
Let me get a McPick. McDonald's McPick 2 menu. Try the new jalapeno McChicken, medium fries, 6-piece chicken McNuggets made with all white meat or a double cheeseburger. Choose any 2 for just $3. Only at McDonald's.
This is how precision listens.
Bose microphones that hear engine noise, then counter it with the sound-canceling frequency, which helps make the cabin so quiet, you don't miss a thing.
Night, Dad.
Good night, kiddo.
It's called active noise cancellation, and it's available in the new, meticulously crafted 2016 Sierra from GMC. This is the precision of professional grade. Now get cash back for 20% of the MSRP on these select 2016 GMC vehicles in stock. That's over $10,600 cash back on this Sierra SLT Crew Cab.
4x for those who take the summer by storm. Catching every golden ray. For inspired style, matched only by what it stands for. Jeep Cherokee. It's how we live 4x for summer. During 1 week to deal, get $4,000 combined cash allowance plus $500 bonus cash when you finance 2016 Cherokee models.
Tonight, CSN Chicago broadcasts live from the 2016 Blackhawks Convention. At 5, join Pat Boyle for the opening ceremonies, followed at 6 by a special on-location edition of Sports Talk Live with David Kaplan. Blackhawks Convention coverage starts tonight at 5 on CSN Chicago. As we continue today, we want to send out our deepest condolences to the family of Loris McClyman. Loris was a facility engineer with the city of Mesa, Arizona, and assisted the Cubs during spring training for 20 years. So, sympathies go out to his family. That's going to be trouble, and Martin Perez has his first major league hit. The pitcher with a swinging bunt.
That's just gross.
He was 0 for 9 with 8 strikeouts in his major league career before that hit.
The value of contact, and Hendricks induces a lot of weak contact. This time it turns into a base hit.
And a leadoff single at that. And back to the top, and Odor, who started the game with a base hit and ended up stranded at third. He leads their club, Odor, with 16 home runs.
Yeah, pretty powerful guy in the leadoff spot. He's driven in 46, so 16 home runs match his total from last year.
And he's got a lot of sock. You saw in our pregame coverage, he planted one right on the jaw of Jose Bautista and ended up serving a 7-game suspension for that fight against the Blue Jays. Baez, Russell can't turn it. He can only get one.
Yeah, tough double play with Odor going down the line. Gets a lot on that throw to Russell. Ooh, that could be a reason to challenge that one, could there not?
On a slide?
Yeah. Oh, where's the direct slide to the base? I mean, he didn't get a piece of Russell, so maybe that's...
Right. And just sat down.
Yeah, so I don't think he went out of his way to get him. He just looked ugly.
So here's my question as Desmond digs in about the Odor punch. Does intent matter as much as result?
I mean, like if he threw a haymaker and missed, would he have a lesser?
I think he got 8 games. It was reduced to 7. Right. If he flails away and misses, does he get as many games?
That's a great question, and my guess would be he doesn't. He was penalized for being such a good pugilist.
Right.
You see, and then the next time that happens, and it likely won't, whoever player B is there, he won't go in chin high and hands down. Yeah.
More of a philosophical discussion, but I would claim intent should matter more than result.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, with this disclaimer. If you seriously injure somebody, that matters too. Odor takes off, and he is out. Contreras nails it.
The Rangers like to run. Odor was 7 out of 9 prior to that attempt. And that's the first man caught with Kyle Hendricks on the mound this year. Base runners had been 10 for 10 against Kyle. But we've seen Contreras show off that arm in the past, and he gets his man this time with a little help from Javi Baez, who goes up high, and look how quickly he applies that tag. Great look.
And 2 outs in the inning. Here's Desmond. And by the way, I'm not saying Odor should have received fewer games than he got. What I'm saying is if a guy throws a punch and misses, maybe he should get as much as Odor got, because you're trying to inflict some harm even if you miss. Desmond walks.
Ooh, man, good looking pitch.
Second walk issued by Hendricks. And before Mazzara bats, Contreras will head out to the mound.
I don't think this is where Kyle wanted to throw this pitch. He tried to go down and away, but
looked good.
It's in the zone. And I think it's the fact that Kyle does so much work down that a pitch like that up would fool an umpire. Just don't see many up there.
Mazzara lifts in the air, shallow center. Almora's in. Russell will give way, and the inning is over. Single and a walk, but some help from his catcher with that cannon. 1-0.
Thank goodness they've been to Lowe's. Lowe's plants are always grown for your area, so they're guaranteed to thrive in your garden for 1 whole year. So instead of these plants shriveling and dying at the hands of these two, they'll get the distinct pleasure of observing this fine figure all year long. Drink it in, plants. I woke up like this.
The only thing better than rewarding yourself with a Culver's concrete mixer is rewarding others. Michael Johnson, we're just here to honor you today, and a lot of friends are along with. How about a concrete mixer?
Michael wakes up every day with a purpose, and that is to make sure children are successful in this community.
It's just a blessing to be able to utilize my life to help change the lives of young people.
Treat the hero in your life to a Culver's concrete mixer. Everyone needs a hero.
Oh man, the show's pretty much over. Wish we could start it from the beginning. With DirecTV, you can.
You see, we got the power to turn back time. Let's start over, let's rewind. And let's go back and not quit the gym. And have a chance to say goodbye to Grampy and Tim. Oh, that's the power to turn back time.
Get the ultimate all-included bundle. Call 1-800-DIRECTV.
Tonight, CSN Chicago broadcast live from the Blackhawks convention. At 5, join Pat Boyle for the opening ceremonies. Followed at 6 by a special on-location edition of Sports Talk Live. Blackhawks convention coverage starts tonight at 5 on CSN Chicago.
Wednesday, July 20th, Cubs play the Mets. First pitch, 1:20, and up to the first 10,000 early arriving fans will receive a Jake Arrieta Cy Young Award bobblehead presented by Pepsi and the Brookfield Zoo. For more information, visit Cubs.com.
Hendricks getting some help from his catcher. First time a base stealer has been caught this year with Hendricks on the mound. 1 ball, 1 strike on him. Some roster moves today before the game. Clayton Richard is back in the bullpen. Off the disabled list, he and David Ross were added to the roster today. Ross off the 7-day concussion DL. Right-hander Trevor Cahill goes to the disabled list with right knee patellar tendonitis. And Munenori Kawasaki optioned back to AAA Iowa. Also, Joel Peralta has cleared waivers. He has elected free agency.
Richard had a blister on his left middle finger. Popped up by Hendricks. Foul territory. Fielder and Chirinos are over, and it'll be Fielder. Kind of ironic that Fielder has been a DH. He should have the glove on, shouldn't he? That name?
Fielder? Yeah, should be. Yeah, I would agree. Today's CSN Bar of the Game, presented by Coors Light, is Jameson's Pub. To see the complete list of the CSN Bars of the Game presented by Coors Light, visit csnchicago.com.
Now Zobrist, ball one.
First interleague series in this ballpark this year. Second interleague series for the Cubs. They opened the season out in Anaheim.
Yeah, kind of weird, right? You play your first 2 games against the other league, and this is the first time the Cubs have played an American League team since then.
Who's winning the interleague battle this year?
Well,
taking a look. I haven't paid attention to that.
The American League won the All-Star game again. We know that. Zobrist walks.
And as is the case every year, the debate about whether the All-Star game should quote-unquote matter took place again in San Diego.
I got the answer to your question. The American League 97 and 83 going into play today, according to Baseball Reference. Man on, 1 out. And the pitch to Chris Bryant is hit in the air to right. And Mazar has got it. So the 11th time in the last 14 years the American League wins the All-Star game. 4-2 the final. Eric Hosmer is the MVP. The World Series team with home field advantage has won 6 of 7 and 24 of the last 30 World Series. And the other cool thing to come out of the festivities in San Diego is the league's batting titles are now named after Rod Carew in the American League and Tony Gwynn in the NL. I like it. Old foul by Rizzo. To Fielder, and he'll step on first, and that'll end the inning. 3 in the books. Cubs 1, Rangers nothing.
Know you're budgeted for the expected and the unexpected. Know that at least the process of buying a new home can be clear and simple. Know your investments can make retirement closer than you think. Know the one word behind all the guidance we provide, tools we create, and services we offer. Because when you have insight, you know.
Jack, you gotta try the sandwich from Subway. It's better for you and delicious.
Can't be both.
Well, you don't believe me?
We're used car salesmen. Of course I don't believe you.
What's it gonna take to get you into this sandwich?
Throw on the chips.
Let me check with our manager.
At Subway, our new premium chicken is raised without antibiotics. Try it today in our sweet onion chicken teriyaki or rotisserie style chicken. Both raised without antibiotics. Subway, fresh is what we do.
When you were 8, you wanted to fly. When you were 13, to be a rock star. At 20, an artist. All these years later, you realize you had it right the first time. The 2016 Q50 from Infiniti. Lease the all-wheel drive Infiniti Q50 2-liter turbo for $319 a month, or finance at 0% APR at your Chicagoland Infiniti retailer.
Tuesday night, Cubs baseball plays on CSN as the
The boys in blue get ready for a marquee matchup with the Metropolitans. Don't miss this must-see MLB matchup live from Wrigley Field. Cubs versus Mets, starting at 6 on CSN Chicago.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Attention all teachers. The Cubs are welcoming teachers and their families for the 6th annual Teacher Appreciation Night. It'll happen on Tuesday, August 2nd. The Cubs are offering specially priced tickets to all teachers and their family members as the Cubs host the Marlins. All participants will receive a commemorative canvas bag. For more information, visit Cubs.com/special groups.
Big crowd here at the ballpark today. Adam Warren is in the bullpen. Still could make another spot start down the road, but not on this homestand. Hendricks will make his next start on Wednesday against the Mets. Hamill tomorrow, Lackey Sunday, Lester, Arrieta, Hendricks in the Mets series. Ground ball up the middle, gobbled up by Addison Russell behind second, and Beltre is out.
Silky smooth as Addison Russell glides across that infield, keeps the glove low. Some glide, gathers himself. Good, strong, accurate throw. Boy, that's strong up the middle defense. Contreras' arm behind the plate. Russell and Baez second and short, and now Mora out in center.
Strike on Fielder. It's been a tough go. On June 3rd, he was hitting under 190. He's bounced back a little bit, but among the 167 Major League qualifiers in terms of OPS, he ranks 158. And by the way, Jason Hayward at 154th. So both guys looking to finish strong after rough starts. He was the comeback player of the year in the American League last year. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Texas got him a couple of years ago from Detroit, 2 years into a 9-year contract. Played 42 games early in 2014. Neck surgery ended his season in May, and he just got hit by a pitch. He had played at one time in 547 consecutive games.
So under contract through 2020 for $24 million per. Rangers hoping you can find a way to get things turned around. It's not uncommon for a player to go into a pretty steep decline in their early 30s. Guys with his resume normally don't, but it happens.
Rua takes high for ball one, even though Pitch Tracks liked it. Rua, an Amherst, Ohio native, went to Lake Erie College. 26 years old.
Hits it on the ground a lot. That's what Hendricks is fishing for here.
The count.
Mentioned earlier that Hendricks throws very few pitches in the middle of that Pitch Tracks grid. Well, this would be an exception here on 3-0 to Rua. You would expect him to be very aggressive. There you go. Some confusion in the count.
Well, I think that That first pitch, Kyle thought might have been a strike. And it was called ball 1. That's one way to kind of make your point, right? Later in the count.
Yeah.
What's the count again?
You sure you don't want to rethink that?
Three-two.
Such a smart pitcher. Gets back into the count. That 3-0 fastball. Then a little more discerning with the next one. And then 3-2 off the outside edges. He's got him in swing mode.
The psychology of the count affecting a hitter is very interesting. Rua took the first 3 for balls. And he drives this one out toward right center. Almora's got it. That'll send Fielder back to first.
Well, there's that strength up the middle again. Most of the work being done by the infield today, but a spectacular play by Almora Jr. You'll see him break here towards right center field and then leave his feet to take away extra bases. Maybe didn't have to leave his feet, but it sure was pretty.
He's addressed that before. You know, he's made a couple of leaping grabs on the warning track. It looked like he might not have had to. He said, just trying to make the catch, not trying to be flashy. And a big play there. That keeps Fielder at first, 2 outs. Andrews came in at 294.
Down near the bottom of the order here today, Andrews, but he'll take his walks, hitting for a high average. Doesn't strike out much. And on base percentage just below 350, so that's the top of the order skill set.
Hendricks off the mound to end the inning. Albert Almora Jr. helping out. Took away a gapper from Ryan Rua. Still 1-0 Cubs.
Time for bed.
Story first.
What do you want to hear?
Kinda high.
I love it when you talk sexy.
Okay. Where's Daddy?
Daddy is on a mission.
He took on 200 Taliban over 46 hours. He's the real deal. Something's wrong.
Get out of here now. Go! They framed me. They set me up for the shot. They'll kill my family. I have to find the actual shooter.
When a device is forward-thinking, it should also be forward-moving. The next generation Mitsubishi Mirage and all-new Mirage G4, starting at $12,995, with support for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. A small breakthrough by Mitsubishi Motors.
If you love crab, and who doesn't, then seize the day already. Crab Fest is back at Red Lobster, with so many kinds of crab and the most crab dishes of the year. So dive into whatever floats your crab-loving boat, like Crab Lover's Dream. Crack open tender snow and king crab legs and twirl creamy crab Alfredo. Or try the new Alaska Bear Dye Crab Dinner. Sweet and straight from the icy waters of Alaska, you've got to get it to really get it. But it won't last forever, so hurry in.
Closed captioning of Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you by U.S. Waterproofing.
A little seepage in your basement is no need to panic. Count on the experts at U.S. Waterproofing to diagnose and repair the problem.
For a free consultation, visit uswaterproofing.com. A better basement starts with us.
Tomorrow, the Cubs wives hosting a great fundraiser here at the ballpark. It's called the Cubs Favorite Things Baskets. Each player has his own basket. And a lot of fun items. You have a chance to bid on those items. You can come to Gate F at the ballpark before the game tomorrow, or early on in the ball game, or bid online, Cubs.com/auction. That's Ben Zobrist's basket. And we have Chris Bryant's basket here. What do you have there? A
shoe? A really big shoe right here.
And that is signed by Chris.
Chris Bryant.
Batting gloves.
Golf glove. He likes to golf.
You've got some Red Bull.
Yeah.
You need to wake up.
Take BP in your living room with a little bat and ball set.
I like this. You got the monster headphones. So yeah, W flag.
Yeah.
Socks.
Hey, who give me 10? Give me 10. Who give me 10? Got 10.
So again, Cubs.com/auction.
There we go.
The benefit Cubs charities. Contreras sharply hit grounder. Shortstop Andrews. We'll bring up Addison Russell, who doubled in the second. And scored on the Baez 2-out single. That's low, a 4-ball 1. Lined and caught. That ball cradled right in the midsection by Beltre.
Now another real good swing by Russell. I really think he's going to have a big second half. Bullet right to the future Hall of Famer. 4-time Gold Glove winner is Beltre.
Two up, two down. Here's Hayward. Well, it wasn't the first trade made this season, but coming out of the All-Star break kind of signals maybe things heating up a little bit. The Red Sox getting All-Star lefty Drew Pomeranz from the Padres for an 18-year-old right-hander, Anderson Espinoza. A prospect a lot of people like a lot.
I believe I saw somebody had him as the 4th best prospect in the Red Sox organization. Well, Red Sox 2 games behind Baltimore in the American League East right now. Score a ton of runs. The pitching has really had their struggles.
It's the 4th trade in about a week Dave Dombrowski has made. Hayward in the air to deep left, and Rua on the warning track makes the catch. That'll end the inning. Cubs go down in order, although a couple of balls hit really hard. It is 1-0 after 4.
Okay, sir, here's my idea for a Hyundai sales event commercial. First, let's really show off all of our SUVs. Huh? Then, bam! Every Hyundai's backed by America's best warranty, baby! Then, razzmatazz! Safety features, technology, awards. Then...
Whoa, Charlie. I love the effort, but we're out of time.
What do you...
Act fast today and lease the Tucson for $139 a month, or the Santa Fe Sport for $159 a month.
That went by fast.
Yeah, almost as fast as our event. You'll get...
The summer clearance event is here at Feeney Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Elgin. Get our lowest prices on our entire inventory. Cars, trucks, minivans, and more Jeeps than we need. All with 0% financing available. Look at this 2016 Wrangler, just $299 a month. Or a 2016 Ram 1500 Quad Cab, $299 a month. Both with 0 due. Or this 2016 Dodge Caravan, only $16,997. Find it at Feeney, FeeneyAutos.com.
It starts with the low Fields price, and then we include all of the Fields amenities at no extra charge.
You don't have to go in there and beat them up about the price because they're already giving you the best price.
A low price and a whole lot more, like our Fields amenities that include free loaners, free car washes, and our Fields cafes.
The deal I'm getting is always great.
So it works out for me, works out for my pocket. We simply treat people the way we want to be treated. It's a commitment to our customers we made long ago. Fields matters because you matter.
Hey, make sure you follow Patrick Mooney, our Cubs insider, all season long on CSN. Chicago.com, presented by Nationwide's Jeff Vukovich, serving the community for 38 years. Go to jeffvuk.com. Nationwide is on your side. American League wild card standings. Red Sox and Blue Jays would be in if the season ended today, which it does not. See the Astros, Tigers, White Sox very much in the mix. Rangers with a 5.5 game advantage over Houston in the West.
He's all hat and no cattle.
I'm not even going to ask you to explain that. By the way, the Rangers are 9-1 against the Astros this year.
That's been going on for a while now.
Yeah.
Rangers dominance over the Astros.
1-1 on the catcher, Chirinos. Got hurt early, missed a couple of months with a fractured right forearm, hit by a pitch.
Swings and misses a lot, but he does have some power. He's hit 6 home runs this year, .486 slugging percentage, 74 at bats.
Two and two on them. Cubs starters finished the first half with 10 consecutive non-quality starts. Just so happened to be the first 10 games in July. That's an 8.81 ERA. The team went 2-8. The Rangers last 9 games into the break, no starter went more than 5 innings. It was a tough go for these two clubs. Rizzo diving stop. Hendricks at first. There's time. They got him. Nicely done.
Yeah, heck of a play by Rizzo. Key there, he doesn't panic. He gathers himself, makes a good, strong, accurate throw. Right on the money to Hendricks.
The defense definitely a part of the story today. Catch by Almora in the 4th inning. Contreras with that big caught stealing in the 3rd. And Rizzo and Hendricks teaming up here in the 5th. Perez singled an infield hit, first major league hit in the 3rd. Well, another major league note that caught my eye today. Shelby Miller has been demoted to AAA. Russell makes the play.
The time now for the greater coverage of baseball, brought to you by T-Mobile. Yeah, Shelby Miller demoted. Another ugly go for him. Red Sox at Yankees tonight. Renew that rivalry. Madison Bumgarner and the Giants will visit San Diego. Giants now with the best record in baseball. And 14 teams in the wild card hunt, 5.5 or less back. So shapes up to be a very dramatic second half, does it not?
It does. We'll see the Mets on Monday here at Wrigley Field. So Shelby Miller to the minors. Zach Greinke is currently on the disabled list. And it's no wonder the Diamondbacks right now are in last in the National League West. Odor, left center, caught by Almora, inning over. Kyle Hendricks cruising along through 5. He leads 1-0.
It's a golden opportunity to discover the power of the human hand, the ability ability of a Lexus master craftsman to turn an ordinary experience into an extraordinary one. For a limited time, get some of the best offers of the year on our most refined vehicles at the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Lease the 2016 ES350 with zero due at signing for $419 a month for 36 months, and we'll make your first month's payment. See your Lexus dealer.
Value City Furniture presents How to Get Inspired. First, get inspired. Okay, that's not doing it. Go out. Look around. Shop the boutiques. Get up, Carl. Find something you love. When you're ready to buy, head to Value City Furniture, where you can always find furniture just like at the boutiques, but at prices that will make you much more comfortable. Perfect. And that's how to buy the perfect piece at Value City Furniture.
One swing can be the ultimate game changer. And at T-Mobile, we've changed the game by doubling our LTE coverage, so you can stream baseball free without using your data on MLB TV. T-Mobile, that's Major League coverage.
Being in love is an amazing thing. Being in love with your best friend is everything. Ever Us. One diamond for your best friend, one for your true love. For the one woman who's both. Ever Us. Available at Zales, Jared, and Kay.
Hi, I'm David Kaplan with a Coors Light Cold Hard Facts Sportsnet Central update. Red Sox kicked off summer trading season. They acquired all-star pitcher Drew Pomeranz from the Padres on the other side of town. White Sox called up last year's first-round pick. Pitcher Carson Fulmer will be part of their bullpen, and they've activated Justin Morneau to the active roster. Remember, join me and Holly, Todd Hollingsworth, for Cubs post-game live after the ballgame. Now, back to the confines. Here's Len and JD.
All right, Cap, thank you. Cubs batting in the fifth, already leading 1-0. The guy who gave them the lead, Javier Baez, will lead it off.
And just 4 hits in the game, 2 aside. The Cubs' 2 hits came in that second. A Russell double, Baez single.
What? And he's out. Chirinos pounced on it.
July 20th, sit ringside with Joe Madden and Cub players and enjoy amateur boxing for a great cause. Wear your suit, wear your sneakers, enjoy premium food and liquor, scotch tastings, and bid on great auction items. Held downtown in the historic Wintrust Bank building, this is sure to be a fun night for all. For details and to buy tickets, visit Cubs.com/Madden.
Chatting with his starting pitcher. He's now on deck. A strike to Almora. Belated birthday wishes. Number 71, Richard Burke, Cub fan in Clearwater, Florida. One hit hard and foul.
Yeah, and Herb and Molly DeShays. My dad and my daughter share birthday over the break on the 13th.
My dad yesterday had a birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to Joe Casper. George Thatcher turned 100 on July 9th. That was on Saturday. Beltre booted it.
Just the 4th error committed by Beltre this year. We'll turn to look at the replay on the big video board to see exactly what awry there.
That will bring up the pitcher Hendricks. And a nice note from Marilyn Flores.